You're not celibate because you respect sexual purity, or you're celibate because you want to find a husband. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Ceejay. If you are not new, hey babes, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a bit educational, or we're going to be having like a little chit chat. I will put it out there, disclaimer, I am no relationship expert and I do not claim to be. But today we're going to be talking on dating in your 20s. Things you need to know. More like things I feel you should know. In my last video, I did a story time talking about how I got swindled and my whole dating experience. That was just one. Well, I feel having experienced the good, the bad, the ugly, I can give my own 2 cents on this particular topic. Now, this video is not one of those red, blue, yellow flags you should avoid, you should look out for before you enter into a relationship. In fact, I assume that you are either in a relationship or you are trying to enter a relationship for long-term purposes or for marital purposes, or you just want to build a legacy with your partner. And it's with that assumption I'm going to base my own opinion on. If you are dating for vibes and inshallah, babes, this video is not necessarily for you, okay? But you can watch just for the fun of it. So that said, let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is don't idolize other relationships. And this comes because I feel this is underestimated in relationships. Do not idolize other people's relationship. You see power couples, leave them where they are. If you are shipping any ship, don't bring it to your relationship. So if you're a fan of Sierra and Russell, Bay and Bay, Michael B, Jordan and Lori Harvey, Jordan and Carls, trust me, I'm a shipper too. I ship some of those people violently, you understand? But it's not good for you to idolize them, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, comparison. The major reason why I say comparison is that you find yourself comparing your partner to the people you look up to on this social media streets, because most of the couples you idolize are social media, in quotes, social media couples, because that is where you get to see them. You're not seeing them in real life. You start to compare yourself to what these people do on social media. You start to compare your partner's looks, the way your partner expresses their love. Maybe your fave is a prayerful person. You start to look for those qualities in your partner, not because that is what you want. And I'm still going to come back to this particular topic, but you start to compare your relationship to another person's relationship. You start to look for those little things. You may not be doing it consciously, but subconsciously you start to act in that way. You're looking at the way this person bought so thing for this person, and when maybe your own birthday comes and they don't buy you certain things, you start to wonder, oh, I'm not in an ideal relationship. In your head, you're still looking for more, but in reality, that shouldn't be the case. You should not idolize anybody's relationship. Nobody should be your relationship goal. You should be your own. You and your partner should be your own relationship goals. That is not to say that you should not have role models, because models are important. Do you understand? But for me, I think your role model self should be someone who has 25 to 30 years experience in this thing called relationship and marriage. And they can really be your leaders, they can be your parents, they can be anybody. It doesn't have to be the glamorous relationships we see on social media. And always remember that even when you look up to them, or even when you have them as your role model, they can still make mistakes. Don't forget that they are human beings. They are human beings, all right? And given that fact, they are also trying to navigate the waters you're trying to navigate. So they are bound to make mistakes. So you can learn certain things from them. You can read books, you do things that you feel your partner will like, but always remember that they are bound to make mistakes. So if they do certain things and it doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it. That will bring me to my next topic. But one of the reasons why I'm even saying this is because I remember Megan and what is her husband's name again? Devon Franklin, when they announced their divorce, there were so many hurtful and hateful comments. People had a lot of things to say. And one of these things is that, if you remember, one of the popular things about their relationship was celibacy, the weight. They even wrote a whole book about it. Now you realize that people started going celibate because they wanted to get themselves a husband, because Megan did it and she got herself a husband. So now you are not celibate because that is your principle. You're not celibate because that is what God instructs. You're not celibate because that is your personal conviction. You're not celibate because you respect sexual purity. You're celibate because you want to find a husband, and Megan Good did it and it works, therefore it's going to work for you. In fact, you're thinking celibacy directly equates successful marriage or a successful relationship, and that there is the fundamental problem with you and your relationship, because you're not doing these things for the right reasons. You're doing it because somebody else is doing it, and then when it fails, you start seeing people saying, oh, they were even celibate, yet it did not work out for them, who are we? I feel like that is even a way the devil enters the church, but let's not go deeper into that conversation, because I'll have a lot of things to say. But really, do not compare yourselves to relationships, to other people's relationship. I also cite an example of Jada and Will Smith. I remember when the August issue came up and then they did their Red Table Talk. There were people who had idolized them. They were like the perfect power couple. You know, they could do no wrong. They've been together for several years, whatever. And then when it came out and people were like bashing marriage is trash. These people are human beings. Your relationship can even be better than the person you are idolizing on the social media. You understand? So do not idolize other people's relationship. You can admire, you can take certain things from those relationships. That said, the next thing I'm going to talk about is there is no rule book. I said it. You've probably heard it elsewhere, but I'm going to say it again. There is no rule book to relationships. Do what works for you. Of course, there are certain things that help a relationship blossom, like communication, being faithful. There are general things that apply to make a relationship blossom. Even that person with 30 years experience does not have the answers. You can only share their experience and how they were able to go through these things when it was hard, how they were able to go through their low points. But I promise you, there is no book. There is no book out there that will tell you this is how to make it work, because you can follow that book and then when it doesn't work, you blame the institution called marriage, you blame the institution called dating, partnership, all those things. But you have to tailor your own rules to you and your partner. Make your own rules. You know, look for what works for you guys. People can like calling every day. Some couples might tell you online that, and social media is a place where people overshare. There's a lot of sharing and information going on. There's good, there's bad, there's ugly. In fact, let me just put this. You listen to a lot of advice, you watch a lot of YouTube videos like this one. I'm even going to shame myself. You watch a lot of YouTube videos sharing so many information about dating and whatever. Always save the one you like from the shaft. Do you understand? Because there's so many wrong information on the internet, and people who look smart, who sound intelligent, sometimes are absolutely saying rubbish. Absolute what? Rubbish. Repeat after me. Rubbish. Because they look smart does not mean they are smart, okay? So you're the only person that understands the situation that surrounds your own personal relationship. So people cannot give you advice because they are not in it with you. They cannot completely understand the situation you're in. They can only render advice from their own personal point of view, which is why I still stand back and say, listen to information, read books, watch videos like this, and sieve out the information you want and you need. Have the spirit of discernment. We will soon get to that. Next thing I'm going to talk about is religious compatibility, more like spiritual compatibility, because it's really not just by we are both Christians. I'm a Christian, so I'm going to talk from that angle. In this part of the world, you see people who are both Christians but from different church denominations, yeah, and this church or your church is not okay with you being with someone from another church. It happens. This is the gospel truth. It's really as little as that. But that is not even the stronger point. The point is both of you have to speak the same language. You guys are not on the same spiritual wavelength. For example, you've been in church for 20 years. You've been saved for 10. You have a very strong love and deep bond for Christ and all things Christ related. You evangelize, you do this, you do that, you do that. Your partner, on the other hand, just got saved 1 month ago. He's still trying to climb the ladder. He's still trying to find their ways. Because when you want to pray for 10 hours, the other person is praying for 1 hour. The person is like, I'm tired. And you're like, why can't you have the kind of love, the kind of fire I have? Why don't you have it? That is why I said, in this case now, you guys are not compatible. What do you do? That already has experience in this thing, you should find yourself bringing the person up with love, trying to teach that person what you have learned, trying to use your experience to help the person navigate their way up, trying to always learn and teach this person. Always put yourself in a teachable position. Some people get to a point, because of their experience, they feel like they cannot learn from someone who does not have as much experience as they have. And this goes both ways. Both of you should be teachable. Always be open to learn. Don't be a closed box. Try to understand your partner's view on certain things. Try to listen. You know, some people are very difficult to talk to when it comes to things of Christ. Some people feel they know it all. Some people, it's their church or nothing. If you're in that gang, I have nothing to do with you, honestly. Even before you enter a relationship, it's very important you talk about religion a lot. It's a big deal. It's really a big deal. Don't overlook it. Just because both of you go to the same church does not mean you guys are spiritually compatible. If you're already in a relationship, humble yourself. Even if it's a problem, talk about it. There can always be a solution. So religious compatibility is a big deal. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Japa compatibility. Now this might sound funny, but in this part of the world, especially Nigeria, you guys have to be on the same level when it comes to Japaing. Is that the right term now? If you don't know what Japa is you wanting to leave the country, or it's the process of leaving this country called Nigeria. Some people want to leave Nigeria, some people don't. Yes, there's some people that actually do not want to leave Nigeria, do not want to live outside this country. They want to visit other countries, but they don't want to live there. And if you guys don't share the same point of view, number one, you have to ask yourself, if one person is going and one person is staying back, what is the end goal? Can we do long distance relationship? Is one person going to meet the other person at a particular point? You have to know your future plans in terms of location, because some people, you might be talking to somebody now and tomorrow telling you, I'm traveling, I'm going to the UK, and you, on the other hand, you don't want to go to the UK. I'm sure some people watch this and I'll be like, who doesn't want to go to the UK? But I tell you, there are people that don't want to go. If your partner happens to be on the Japa stage and you are not, this is a very good time for you guys to sit down on a table, sipping a cup of wine, a glass of wine, sipping a glass of wine, what am I saying? And discuss these things. Talk about how do you make your long distance relationship work? What is the end goal? Because eventually somebody has to bend a knee. If you guys are dating and you guys eventually want to get married, somebody has to bend a knee. Somebody has to move to the other. Either you move and join the person to the UK, or the person in the UK comes and joins you. So it's very important that you guys are compatible in terms of location. You guys want to share the same views when it comes to where you guys want to live or where you guys want to base or start your life. So Japa compatibility, speak about it before you enter the relationship. While you're in the relationship, still be speaking on it. It is very important. Now the next thing we're going to talk about is allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's sad. Nobody wants to be vulnerable in this generation. Everybody is a hard guy. Everybody is a hard girl. Everybody has sense. We have too much sense in this TikTok age. If you are going to be in a relationship, if you are going to do it, there's no 50-50, there's only 100. You might as well give your best. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But give it all you can, because it is this 50-50 that is the problem of the relationship, because you always feel like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's somewhere at the back of your head. And when you have that at the back of your head, you find yourself not putting in your best. You can pick up your phone and say you want to call this person, like, what am I even calling this person now? I don't want to feel like I'm doing too much. So why should I call him? Okay. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. No problem. Next thing I'm going to talk about is don't use your past experience to judge new ones. This is talking to every single person watching this video, including myself. Do not use your past experience to judge your new partner. Just because, for example, I got swindled in my past relationship, doesn't mean if I enter a relationship I shouldn't still be kind. It doesn't mean that you should enter a relationship and be a done deal. Like, you know when somebody is plainly using you, but you still want to accept, okay, this I should not judge and you know that this person is just fooling around. This person is being an asshole, but you still don't want to accept it. That's a different thing entirely. I think the thing is that we need to heal ourselves so that we don't enter a relationship and with bad energy. If everybody comes to a relationship with a clean slate, you find that that relationship has a higher likelihood of working out, because you're not entering the relationship thinking that somebody is going to cheat on you. You're not entering the relationship thinking that somebody is going to swindle you. You're not entering the relationship thinking that this guy is probably talking to one other girl, so you're always snooping around this phone. There's just mistrust. You're not doing that. As long as the person has not given you a reason to not trust them, I mean, why shouldn't you trust them? Why should you still think that what Scholar did to you in your past relationship, Emeka is going to do it to you in this particular relationship? Why do you need to do that? It's not necessary, okay? So do not use your past experience to judge your new one. The last and final thing I'm going to say is pray. Prayer is the key. Now I sound like a proper African mother, but really pray. It doesn't matter what religion you are in, whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, or is it Muslim or Islam? I always don't know what the right term is, but please pray. The reason why I say you should pray is, number one, pray for discernment. When you pray for discernment, you'll be able to discern when, like I was telling you how to sieve advice, right? You should sieve every information you listen to. Don't take everything. Don't just carry the thing you're listening to and then digest it and start to apply every principle you see online to yourself. When you pray for discernment, you can tell what is good and what is bad. Pray for the spirit of humility, because stubbornness can be a big problem in relationships. I can tell you, because I'm a stubborn girl. And why I say stubbornness is, even when you know that I can easily say sorry and this thing will pass, because no hold water, or however they say that thing, because you're stubborn, you find yourself to say sorry. Hey, oh my god. To say sorry will be like a death sentence. You will not want to say sorry. You would rather carry your face, bone your face, strong your face. Ceejay, listen to that though. Rather bone your face 2 days, 1 week, making things worse. And then same thing applies to your partner, the spirit of stubbornness. So I really feel like you should pray for the spirit of humility, pray for a soft heart. Don't allow stubbornness to strong your heart. It doesn't pay, it doesn't help anybody. Pray about everything, every single thing. Pray even just by standing up and going out, like you should pray. So pray. And yes, that is it about this video. I did not want to make it really long. I do have 10 more things I want to say, but I probably will keep it for part 2. Who knows? So watch out. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Actually, let me say it properly now. I've been saying that we've been growing gradually, so thank you if you are a new subscriber. Thank you so much. Please share this video to your friends. Share on your social media platform. You can tag me, I'll repost for sure. You can even come and say hi. My handle is on the screen or in the description box. And yeah, if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, I don't know why. And if you have, you already know what I'm about to say. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell another friend, to tell somebody to do what? To subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.